The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right, we got sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. This is called the 10-minute drill, and at the end of this wonderful segment, you know what we do? We give out a prize pack. And Beef, is it correct that we have tickets to the home opener in 2020?
That is not true.
100% categorically incorrect.
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay. My bad on that then. We don't have that. What do we have then?
Well, now that the season is over, people are free and clear. The decks are clear. Get the hell out of town.
Yeah.
So we've got airport parking at usapark.net.
That's fantastic.
For our friends.
I love airport
Our winner
parking.
today, Doug Marone. Oops, no.
Oh, dear. Oh,
He's going on
no.
vacation. What do you mean?
Right.
Can I start with this? And I don't want to do a thing. I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to just, again, I'm going to yield to my roots as a sports fan, and we've done it again. Somehow we've done it again. Another Atlanta team has managed to, even in success, fail at such a level. And I'm not even talking football.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not.
What are we talking about?
Luka Doncic is a generational superstar.
Oh, no. Wait.
And my idiots drafted him and traded him for a 6-foot point guard. Luka Doncic is about to position himself with Giannis Antetokounmpo
Life comes at you fast, man.
as the bird magic of the next 20 years, and we had him.
Had him right there.
So look, Doncic and the Mavs lost last night. It's time. I mean, look,
Yeah,
been here, and it's time to say it.
Yeah.
I don't care if Trae Young is in the All-Star game the next 15 years, which he probably will be.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic player,
Yeah.
but he's not Doncic.
Yeah.
So that's it. A basketball
Well, that's fair.
rant.
Yeah, this kind of came out of the blue, but
Yeah, it did.
yeah.
That was a PO, man.
Yeah, I've been sitting on that.
Yeah.
I made that decision, by the way, last week one day, and I failed to mention it, and it cannot be ignored any longer. Just the complete boob effect of Atlanta sports. You had Luka Doncic. How do you not see that that's the guy? I mean, he's fantastic. And Trae Young's great. I mean, that's great. But the poor guy, Trae Young, you know what he did? He went into the locker room, told him he's tired of losing, and he got hissed and booed. They didn't respond. We're a mess again. John Collins is back. We still can't save within 30 points of anyone. Good Lord, the Gators are no better. Oh, I'm glad. Rah. We beat the hell out of Long Beach.
Long Beach
Who's
Polytech.
terrible, by the way. They're 4-10.
Yeah.
So, I have a feeling that this 85-point win that Florida had on Saturday will do them more harm than good, because this seems to be a team that doesn't really roll with the momentum. They just get ahead of themselves. So,
all right.
there you go. I just had to bring it up.
That's fine. I'll jump back into the NFL. The playoffs are set.
Yeah.
You hate to call it. You
it's a
never
choke.
know, but New England.
That's a choke. I've never seen it from them.
Listen, I've had them all year going to the Super Bowl. It's Super Tuesday tomorrow.
Changing.
I can't imagine picking them at this point. I just can't. I'm not sure they get by Tennessee.
I was going to ask
at home.
More likely they lose to Tennessee or go to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I think Tennessee can beat anybody.
Oh yeah, they have struggled all year. The NFL. The last Sunday in the NFL is a little bit of a disservice, though. It is a little bit of a disservice. There's so much at stake, and like Houston's not trying, and so therefore, if you're Pittsburgh, you're screwed, and
Pittsburgh didn't win anyway, and Oakland didn't win any.
I know, but I mean, it
out.
doesn't seem like it's a level playing field to me. Now, what saved them was one heck of a game last night. The 256th game of the year may have been the best one.
Wow.
What an ending.
The season ended
and
on the 3-inch line.
Unbelievable that the Seattle Seahawks and Marshawn Lynch once again screwed up on the 1-yard line. It's unbelievable.
I just watched the recap. Did they have a substitution issue? That's why they went, because they had to go from the 1 to the 6.
They had a delay of game.
Yeah.
They let it delay a game because they had no running backs in, and then they wanted Lynch in there, and so Lynch came running in there, and they couldn't get the playoff in time, and they were nowhere like even paying attention to they weren't even out of the huddle.
Yeah, I think
and
some
the
teams
flags in the air. And I'm like, what is happening? How can you let that occur? And then you have a play at the goal line, San Francisco. Remember, they lost to Atlanta. Julio got in. And there was also a PI that the idiot refs missed in the end zone that should have gave him the ball anyway down there. It was great theater, though. There's like 8 plays, and those two teams are really good. But the big winner is San Fran getting the one, and Seattle.
The big loser is Seattle because now they have to go on the road all 3 games.
Look, Philly and Tennessee. Philly could hit Philly. You can say what you want about Doug Peterson, man.
Wentz is playing good.
Doug Peterson is a good coach, dude.
He's a great coach. He's not a good coach.
Peterson
He's a great coach.
Has found a way year in and year out to get the Eagles to play their best football in December and January.
And they have not been pretty these last 3 or 4 games.
And they don't have a lot of talent.
I mean, they're barely beating like the crappy teams. They lost in my. Look at the Dolphins in the last month beat Philly and New England.
Yeah.
They have played hard. I think finally, Vrabel has done a great job with the Titans.
Yeah.
Finally, the Belichick tree's starting to produce some fruit. I like that Flores cat in Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, they played hard all year. Then they started winning games.
We talked about. New England played Miami in the beginning of the year.
And just throttled them.
And covered the 18-point spread.
Beat them like 30-0.
Yeah, at the end of the year, who's playing harder and better?
Miami.
The Stinkfish.
Yeah. That Ryan Fitzpatrick just
you got to keep him and draft a quarterback, but you got to keep Ryan.
And let him start and actually do it right for a year. In other words, don't rush him in there and stay 4 wins.
Yeah.
You can win 8 games with that guy.
Problem is with him is he's hot. He's a 6-game guy.
But
then he goes bad.
He didn't go in the tank this year, though.
Yeah,
he usually does.
When he goes bad, he goes bad.
His numbers aren't that great, though. If you look at his QBR, and they're not as much because you're used to him being a star in those things when he's playing good.
But you can't blame like Brady took him down and scored,
and then the defense, which has been their strength. I'm trying to rack my brain. Now they've lost games you wouldn't expect them to lose, but for everything on the line to just choke like they did. And when you let the Miami Dolphins drive 80 to beat you, you choke.
Yeah.
That's a choke.
Yeah.
And it's so, especially considering how important it was.
Yeah.
I mean, they needed that. They're not winning at Kansas City, at Baltimore, are they? I mean, they got to beat Tennessee at home, and then they got to win at KC, at Baltimore.
No.
It's crazy.
And I like KC. I like, a KC-Baltimore game would be awesome.
KC, don't forget, beat Baltimore earlier this year.
Yeah, but this would be in Baltimore.
Kansas City,
that would be great. I'm excited about the playoffs. I'm excited about watching some good football for a change and see what happens. But, yeah, the NFL, I didn't like the uneven playing fields, and, each team does what each team wants to do. And, but listen, again, the Jags said, I thought the Jags had zero chance to win this game. And then when I heard Fournette's out and Boye's out, I'm like, name your score.
Sure, right. I had him as one of my sitting at 1-0. What did I tell you what happened in my 5-pack? Don't get ahead of yourself. I could go 1-4. I have. And then I did. I've won 2 games the last 2 weeks.
Later.
They've been in the heads up with you. I've won 2 games heads up, and I'm losing ground.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to take that. I almost said a bad word, wheel, and I'm going to smash it in 100 pieces. I'm tired of the wheel of consequence.
Oh, you're getting ahead of the story.
I don't think I am.
You're getting ahead of the story.
We still have another 4 weeks. I can somehow. Yes. I don't know. I am going to throw darts this week for the.
By the way, the Redskins have fired Bruce Allen.
He's their GM.
It looks like Ron Rivera is going to go there. The Browns fired Freddie Kitchens. Rightfully so. But I thought Bucky Brooks had a good point. Note to Cleveland: don't hire the quarterback's best buddy. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll go further than that.
There has to be some accountability.
Yeah, there does, and it's hard to coach today in the NFL. It's a lot harder than it's ever been.
Oh yeah,
the culture's changed. The people have changed. Good luck any coach in the world having success with Odell and Landry and Baker and all these JAs who make it all about themselves all year long, never buy in. Odell Beckham Jr., if they would have been better if Odell Beckham Jr. had never joined the team. He, from the off-season workouts where he didn't show up through the last game, was nothing but a distraction. And, by the way, didn't produce. So, good luck. Good luck with that assortment of personalities and talent. Your best player is so out of control, he swings helmets at helmetless players.
Yeah, it was bad.
Good luck.
College football, one story that gut punch was the young TV reporter who got killed in a plane crash, and the other victims as well, who was the daughter-in-law of Steve Emsminger.
The offensive coordinator, right? Or was he the quarterback's coach?
He works with Brady.
Yeah,
so
Joe Brady.
He's the OC.
But I think Brady does most of the...
Emsminger, though, is Ensminger's been around LSU forever,
yeah.
right? He was a quarterback there. His nickname is Slinger, Ensminger. I mean, and you saw him before.
Terribly sad.
Oh, man, just heartbreaking. And then, I don't know if you read this story, but about his son couldn't get off work.
Ensminger's son?
Yes.
Oh, so
who's married to the daughter.
Oh.
So they found her the flight, and she had texted.
That's so awful.
She had texted him twice, and he had left his phone. So that's what he feels. He
texted the
husband to say, "I love you." Goodbye.
She's like a Miss Lafayette too. She's a beautiful girl.
Yeah, very pretty girl, TV reporter. But so he couldn't get off work, and they got her a flight up there, and he was so. They took him to the hospital. Because when they told him the news, he was overcome. The kid.
Oh, the kid.
The husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, not he was so overcome.
I bet.
Looks
just like his daddy, by the way.
Yeah. So, man, it was tough to watch. And he talked about how his dad, who is his namesake, he said, listen, you're my son, and we will get through this. I am going, keep walking your faith and trust, and I will, and we're going to go out there and we're going to kick Oklahoma's ass, and then I'll be back home.
Just a
it was
terrible
a horrible
sadness
story
around what should be nothing but an elated weekend because LSU.
But it was like Joe Burrow said he didn't know.
Yeah,
until
a lot of them
the game.
didn't know until after.
Yeah,
I didn't. I was uncomfortable with the way they all piled. One of the ESPN anchors kind of misspoke as he ad-libbed this story that was breaking, and they went way over the top.
They did. They called
guy.
it a distraction.
Well,
that was Bat
he
Barry
meant to
did.
say,
yes, I know.
He gets the distraction of coaching, and but it came out the distraction of the dead.
There were a couple of those on ESPN this weekend. Although this one was a direct shot, but settle down, Meyer family.
Well, what did they do?
John Anderson said they took in the highlights. They're taking a shot of. Remember the shot of Herbs at the end of the Ohio State Clemson game? He's watching. He's got his hands on his knees. And
when they played each other, or
Saturday night, at the end of the game, they showed Urban, and in the game. Well, when ESPN's cutting the highlights, they had that shot, and then John Anderson said, "Well, we thought he was going to spend some time with his family, but he was at the game." Well, the whole family was there supporting Ohio State. And
that is a cheap shot.
But it is a cheap shot, but it's not that big a deal. But the
Anderson, Ohio State guy, has an Ohio State.
No, he's a Missouri guy.
Missouri.
But the whole Meyer family just started attacking.
Relax.
Settle that. It's just a joke. I'm
with you.
So anyway, but two great games, man. And
the first one wasn't all that great.
Well,
greatness on display.
Yes.
LSU's going to beat the hell out of Clemson.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I was shocked it's only 6. I would have made it like 9.
And I also saw that ESPN's FPI says Clemson has a 56%.
I must be misreading.
No. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say this. I'll be the first to say it before it becomes a big storyline after. LSU is the best college football team that's ever been assembled.
They might be.
They have a Heisman Trophy winner who won the award by the biggest margin ever.
Yeah.
They have beaten already this year, Dan, 6 top 10 teams. 6. There are programs that don't beat 6 top 10 teams in a decade.
Yeah.
They're about to beat 7. They have beaten the number 4 team in the country back-to-back weeks, Georgia and then Oklahoma, 99-37.
Yeah.
There are no weaknesses. They're dominant on both sides of the ball, and they're going to score 50 on Clemson, who has, I think, the number 2 defense in the country.
It's funny how people are starting to now get a little sick of Clemson and Dabo a little bit.
It happens.
Because of all their success. I would say this. Look, Sean Wade, Jacksonville kid, gets tossed from the game. I think people understood its targeting. People understand the penalty. They just don't want to see the kid get thrown out because it wasn't intentional. Like
they need to change that part of it.
Yeah, in the LSU-Oklahoma game, that kid launched into Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
He should be tossed for that.
You do it on purpose.
That's I got a clear shot at this defenseless guy.
You shouldn't be punished with an ejection because of a technical error rather than intent.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we've been saying this look, you see this happen a lot during the course of the season. It's also important when that happens week 3 on a punt return.
I also heard the numbnuts on ESPN telling me this about the catch that was a fumble and a touchdown and then ruled an incomplete pass, which I disagree with 100%. Again, I thought it
was incomplete.
Yeah, I know. And I understand that a lot of people, it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay? My thought is, he didn't make a football move. What are you talking about? He had the ball in his hand for 3 steps. But did David Tyree make a football move when he stuck it to his helmet? I don't understand what they have to make a football move.
Well, Tyree, the ball never hit the ground. But anyway.
Yeah, Yeah, but this ball did hit the ground. It was a fumble. He knocked it out after he caught it. But anyway,
That
if
was
he had
close.
caught the ball,
I got
if he had
more.
caught the ball like that on the sideline and stepped out of bounds, it would have been but my point is this: these numbnuts on ESPN are sitting there going, "Well, they don't want them to look at the slow motion because it changes." Well, then what the hell do we have replay for?
Well, the guy explained. I can answer that.
Yeah.
The replay official in the booth said you have slow motion for out of bounds, touchdown, lines of scrimmage.
Yeah.
But you got to. I
disagree with that.
I will say
I think
this:
that's
in fast motion, it looks like an incomplete 1,000%.
Yeah.
So I don't trust slowing it down to frame by frame by frame. But
It wasn't
anyway,
frame by frame.
He had
3 steps.
I thought
three.
I thought Ryan Day had an argument in that play and that call, but listen. On the Wade play, and I agree with you 100%, he shouldn't have gotten kicked out, but he should have been penalized. But you know what? Chase Young should have been penalized even more because he took his head and wrenched it purposefully, and they act like that is it. By the way, before we all bow at the altar of Chase Young, you might want to make an impact in a big game there.
Yeah.
That's a big game, and you and AWOL, buddy.
Right.
LSU picked you up and slung you around for 3 hours, so I might hold my horses on going Chase Young number 2 before I go, complete the gamut.
All right, let's do caller number 2, 641-1010. Right now for free airport parking, 641-1010, caller number 2. And we'll come back, and Jeff gave us a little sneak peek at the Friday 5-pack results. They're on the way. It was a week of disaster.